Chapter 192. The Thriving Chu Family. The descendants of the sword, immortals spread across the land. The man holding the flame sword _2. Among them, a clear voice came from a group of people. The Lin family of Fuyao Thunderpool lineage has come to the Chu family's sword manor for a proposal. Followed by another voice, the Zhang family of Fuyao Pure Gold lineage has come to the Chu family's sword manor for a proposal. The Chen family of Fuyao Kangbi lineage has come to the Chu family's sword manor for a proposal. The Bai family of Fuyao Chanchuang lineage has come to the Chu family's sword manor for a proposal. Soon after, huge caravans converge from four directions on the streets and line up outside the west gate. Each caravan consisted of thousands of people, hundreds of spirit beasts, pulling hundreds of chariots of betrothal gifts, giving an impression of thorough preparation. "What is this?" Han Ye frowned in slight confusion, turning to the servant beside him. The servant patiently explained, "These are the descendants of the sword, immortals from the 8 ancient swords. Apart from the patriarch of the Chu family, there is one head for each of the 8 major lines. The heads are the higher-ups of each family. Their main authority is in managing their respective lineages. Family members, all of them, are here to marry our young miss." Han Yi inquired with a furrowed brow, "Your young miss, is she the legitimate eldest daughter of the Chu family named Chu Xianyu?" "Indeed," the servant finished speaking and sighed, "that I feel they are all after the immortal sword Kangbi, but there's no helping it. It's all the patriarch's arrangement." With just a few words, Han Yi felt that many things had happened within the Chu family in these 3 years. Why did the patriarch of the Chu family want to marry Chu Xianyu off? And why would these 4 families come to present betrothal gifts? Aloft, 2 elderly men stood at the highest level of a 12-tier, purple golden tower, overlooking the lively scene outside the west gate. The old man in the green robe shook his head and sighed. Ever since Chu Changkon's sword, even the Chu family has reached the point of matrimonial alliance, but his luck is good. Chu Xianyu can actually become Kangbi's sword holder. With the immortal sword as a bargaining chip, naturally other families are willing to marry it. As such, their words within the family in the future will probably outweigh our 2 lines. You said it, the Chen family's lineage is just the end of the 8 sword lineages. If the 2 families unite, and there are 2 unparalleled talents, like Chu Liuqing and Chu Liubai, it will allow their momentum to reach a peak. It's really hard to swallow. The old man in the white robe had a faint cold light in his eyes, and a withered palm tightly gripped the railing of the purple gold tower. The hard railing was easily squeezed out and imprinted by him like tofu. The 2 elders in green and white robes were also 2 heads of the 8 great families, and their strength lied above the Chen family. Now, the union of the Chen family lineage and the eldest legitimate daughter of the Chu family has disrupted the balance of power between the 8 key lineages, which naturally made the 2 rather displeased. "Have you all considered my cousin's feelings?" A teenager riding a blood-red dragon scale horse swiftly approached on the street, bearing a long sword. And he cursed at people from the 4 families. "Who are you from the Chu family?" A tall youth in a bamboo-colored robe on the Chen family's chariot lifted the curtain and asked indifferently. "The young master Chu Mingkong," answered the arrogant young man. "Turns out it's a Chu family bastard, and you dare to make a fuss here." A disciple from the Chen family coldly laughed and pointed his sword at Chu Mingkong. "Today is a joyous day. It's not your place to interfere. Leave immediately." Chu Mingkong's face showed discontent. He scorned. "You 4, no matter what, are all eldest sons from the families. You all are here to marry. Where is my sister's dignity placed? I don't agree to this matrimonial proposal." Another muscular man from the Lin family stepped forward, saying sternly, "It was the patriarch of the Chu family who said it himself, 'Let the capable take her hand.' How can it change in your words? Can you represent the Chu family?" "Not now, but he'll be able to sooner or later." Chu Mingkong's face turned red with exertion as he shouted, "Who is this kid? Clear the way immediately." Now, clear Therode, compared to the previous 2 families, the eldest son from the Zhang family was less patient. Without expression, he simply waved his hand at his family's disciples. The people around immediately surrounded them, some even unsheathed their swords without courtesy. "I'll fight you." Chu Mingkong pulled out the clang of the iron sword from behind him and stabbed it towards a disciple of the Zhang family. Seeking death, the opponent sneered, seemingly unafraid of this young man and intended to teach him a lesson. He parried Chu Mingkong's iron sword with a swift swing and aimed for his arm. Just as Chu Mingkong was about to lose his arm, a whistling sound echoed through the air. A tiny pebble shot out like a sword, hit the blade of the war sword, knocked the sword away, and made the Zhang family disciple lose his balance and fall onto his ass. At this moment, a handsome black-haired youth in a white robe slowly walked out of the Chu family's main gate. Zhang Chenglu, the eldest son of the Zhang family, narrowed his eyes at the force of the stone just now. He looked at the white-robed youth and asked, "Who might you be?" Being able to embed sword chain into a pebble, repel a foundation establishment realm sword cultivator with a casual flick of the hand, without an intention to harm, and control the force perfectly, he could conclude that this is a skilled person, a skilled swordsman. Han Yi walked to the middle of the Fur family's chariots and smiled slightly. "Play and make noise if you wish, but don't take it out on the child." After saying that, he tossed out a beast-taming talisman. He grabbed Chu Mingkong's collar with one hand, lifted him onto the spiritual tiger's back. The spiritual tiger leapt forward, and in an instant ran far away, disappearing from sight.